Well, a fourth straight premiership left no doubt as to who the best team of the modern era is, and potentially one of the best sides we've ever seen in the competition's history. The Penrith Panthers are that team, and on face value, if you look at the list profile, they don't need to do a stack if they are to stay amongst the leading contenders for a fifth straight flag. We'll take a look at 5 potential targets as the Panthers try to build an even bigger dynasty. Well, 4 straight premierships, it does beg the question as to where this Panthers side rates all time. Certainly the best team of the modern era, and you do look at, obviously, the Dragons and teams like that from the 60s, one of the most powerful outfits that we have ever seen, and don't look like slowing down. Their best 17 is relatively settled. They will still eye some targets as teams look to chip around the edges and continue to improve in order to effectively stay where they are. But we're going to take a look at 5 leading contenders for the Panthers for 2026 and beyond. Option 1, Cade Dykes. A pretty settled lineup at the Panthers. They're not going to have a stack of cash to spend, but with the likes of Luai and a couple of others departing the club, they will look to tempt some younger players across, and it would very much be a tempting prospect to join that Panthers machine, and he could be one of those options that helps to build depth but also ensure that they keep regenerating the I guess the next generation, if you will, from underneath to maintain their position at the top of the tree. Option 2, Sam Stonestreet from the Cronulla Sharks. One area perhaps where the Panthers don't have as much depth as they do in others is outside back, so they'll certainly be looking to just tinker around the edges of some of those roles, and he's a player that obviously comes from another successful outfit, a team that's modelled a lot of what it does on what the Panthers do. So in terms of picking up the system and slotting in, it could certainly be a seamless one for that Panthers machine. So he is option number 2. Option 3, Zach Labut from the Cowboys. Very similar to what we were saying with Stonestreet, another off-contract player within the back 5. Obviously, the issue is going to be that these players are going to want guarantees of a start. If they can give him that, then they might be able to lure him away, particularly given the carrots of obviously playing with some of those superstars and the potential success that is there. So that will be the big sticking point for all of these players that they bring across, is maximum minutes in maximum games. Option 4, Fanua Pole. Well, the Panthers haven't yet been able to replace James Fisher-Harris, who's ventured across to the Warriors for next season and beyond. They do have young talent that can fill that role, but trying to bolster it might be a priority. They don't necessarily have the cash to aim as high as some other clubs might be able to entering this period, but if they are smart, they can certainly plug any perceived depth holes that they might feel in those areas, and that is one option. Option 5, Trent Liero of the Melbourne Storm. Spent most of his development time as a second rower, has moved into the middle of the park at the Storm, a former State of Origin junior, and was a major factor in their competitiveness over the course of the year. And obviously the Panthers would have seen him up close. They played the Storm 4 times during this particular season, so that might be an option that they could steal from under the noses of one of their main rivals. Well, the Penrith Panthers, they don't have to do a lot. They are a defensive masterclass of an outfit. They are very difficult to break down, very difficult to score against. They stand up in the big moments, but you always have to rejuvenate a little bit at the bottom and through your depth options if you are to stay at the top of the tree. Are they options that will help Penrith do that going forward? If not, who are some names that you can throw up? Please comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and head to zerotackle.com for all the latest rugby league news.